Coming up, as the Omicron variant spreads, are holiday gatherings safe?
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. President Biden announced new White House winter initiatives to combat Omicron, the dominant COVID-19 variant rapidly spreading across the United States. Heading into the holiday weekend, our D.C. Bureau reporter Kristen Casper spoke with Dr. Anthony Fauci. She brings us more on federal efforts to stop the spread.
No need to change your holiday plans, but stay prudent and careful. That was a message from Dr. Anthony Fauci. I spoke with him today as the U.S. works to counter the Omicron variant. From the ratio of hospitalizations to the number of cases, Dr. Anthony Fauci points optimistically to data on the Omicron variant coming out of South Africa.
They're not having a degree of severity of infection. We hope that that is going to turn out to be the situation here in the United States.
While he doesn't expect you to cancel or change your holiday plans, he did say you should avoid large gatherings, be aware of travel risks, and test as needed.
$1/2 billion.
President Biden announced Tuesday he plans to purchase and ship 500 million at-home rapid tests free of charge beginning in January.
Is there a preferred at-home test, and how accurate do you feel they are at this point in time?
Well, there are several FDA-approved tests. There is not necessarily a preferred one. There are a number of them that are really quite good.
But Dr. Fauci says at-home antigen tests are not as sensitive and sometimes can provide false negatives. If that happens,
it may be and likely that the level of virus in your nasopharynx is low enough at the time of the test that it is unlikely you're going to transmit it to anyone.
President Biden also announced updates to his COVID-19 winter plan, including efforts to create new federal testing sites and increase hospital capacities. Reporting from Washington, I'm Kristen Casper.
The CDC estimates Omicron now causes 73% of new COVID-19 infections in the United States. Well, this is ominous. Nearly 290,000 Americans tested positive for COVID yesterday. That is the second highest total since the pandemic began. Today, as mentioned just a moment ago, President Biden announced plans to roll out new federally run testing sites in highly populated communities, starting with New York. He also announced plans to send at-home rapid COVID tests to Americans who request one starting in January.
We're getting these tests to Americans for free, and we'll have websites where you can get them delivered to your home.
The Biden administration is also sending federal medical personnel to help in states where resources are stretched thin, and the president has put the Pentagon on notice to have 1,000 troops ready to help with any medical needs. Thousands of federal inmates are being released in an effort to combat the spread of the coronavirus. The U.S. Justice Department made the announcement today. Since March 2020, the Federal Bureau of Prisons has moved more than 36,000 inmates out of prisons and into home confinement under the CARES Act. More than 25,000 have now completed their sentences. 7,700 remain on home confinement. Well, in Louisville, Omicron has been detected in wastewater samples. Its deadliness is still being studied. Its infection rate confirmed as rapid. Health officials say there is still time to act and that they are following the same preparation as with past variants, focused on vaccinations and booster shots, followed by masks, good ventilation, and hygiene.
Omicron variant is presenting greater challenges in terms of its infectiousness. And we're seeing this all over the world. It's been a little slow to get to Louisville, but it's with us right now, and its replicability is very, very fast. So soon, within the next couple of weeks, it will be the dominant strain here in our city.
The Louisville Metro Health Director said they are on course for a pattern of cases peaking first, then hospitalizations, then ICU admissions peak a few weeks afterwards. Health experts have been warning us for weeks about a double whammy of COVID-19 and influenza this winter. Adding to those concerns, research showing the seasonal flu vaccines do not match one of the main strains currently circulating. Health experts say vaccinations are still vital, though, as influenza vaccines protect against 4 different strains of the flu.
I think we're never going to get a 100% match on the strain and the vaccine, but regardless, I think that given what's going on with COVID, it's really important to get the influenza vaccine.
According to the CDC, influenza kills anywhere between 12,000 and 52,000 people each year, depending on the flu season, and puts as many as 700,000 people in the hospital.
Another chilly night expected in the mountains. A weak system's going to try to head our way as we head into early tomorrow morning. That might give us a few clouds, but otherwise we're staying absolutely picture perfect for tonight. I-64 at Moorhead, watching some smooth traffic there on I-64. Nothing to worry about in terms of any kind of weather issues. As we head a little bit further down the road towards Whitesburg, a chilly 35 in downtown Whitesburg right now. Things all peaceful there. We get up into the upper 40s to near 50 around the region today, but most of us are already in the upper 30s, if not even mid to low 30s. And even some upper 20s out there as we head through later on tonight. Satellite and radar showing a few clouds trying to work out, and also work in at the same time. So we'll see skies slowly clearing tonight with those lows down into the low 30s. I'll have the latest on when we could see some warmer temperatures returning coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. We continue learning about survivor stories in the midst of that tornado tragedy in western Kentucky. For one refugee family, the American dream they worked so hard for was gone in a matter of seconds. Godfrey Hamisi is a deputy at the Warren County Sheriff's Office and says that despite losing everything, he's glad he still has the one thing that matters: family.
We just thank God that we're still here today. My whole family of 10. Nobody was hurt, not even a scratch.
Fortunately, the Hamisi family did have home insurance. Police in Jackson are warning about credit card skimmers at gas pumps. Jackson police posted this video on their Facebook page. Police are asking Kentuckians to be cautious when using the pay at the pump services, especially around this time of the year. It's still unknown how many people were affected in Jackson. If you believe you may have been a victim, you're asked to call police. Several local and state leaders gathered in Somerset this morning for the groundbreaking ceremony for Continental Refining Company. CRC is installing a soybean crushing, biodiesel refining and blending facility in Somerset, creating up to 20 jobs with high-paying salaries. Those in attendance today shared their excitement for local entrepreneur and Hemisphere Limited CEO Demetrius Hasiats, who purchased the refinery back in 2011 and has turned it into what it is today.
Demetrius, we first met a few years ago. This is not the first agricultural business he has had his hand in. We want to say thank you for investing in Kentucky. Thank you for your investment here in rural Kentucky and for everything that you do.
Officials say the proposed in-state crushing facility will reduce costs for farmers, keep jobs in Kentucky, and positively contribute to the economy of Pulaski County and the Commonwealth. The Invest 606 Do Good Things Starter Labs pitch competition is over, and the winner is a project from Belfry High School. Jonah Adkins and Brendan Hackney created a robot to monitor plants and potentially water them as needed. Seeing the current ag tech wave take root in the region and hoping to help it grow. But the project grew more than just an idea. It rooted inspiration, showing the duo what can happen when young entrepreneurs come together on the same stage.
It kind of shows there's other people like you with ideas that they think could really change our economy, I guess. And it shows that there's people that you could talk to, maybe, like other students, and you could work with them.
The project was one of 10 submitted to the competition, winning the $1,000 grand prize. A project from Rowan County Senior High School won second place, and Lawrence County High School was represented in third. Coming up at 11, wanting to bring some holiday spirit to our Eastern Kentucky veterans. They received some presents and heard some good music in Hazard today.
And not only do we have warm weather on the way back in, but what about the chance for some showers as we approach Christmas? I'll have those answers on the way.